This is a chance to write your own story, to find a better life for you and your friends. Come on, what have you got to lose?
The Bad Guys is sure to be a tail-wagger. This quirky Tarantino for kids is jam-packed with A-list voice actors, and we're going into the booth to see how they brought these characters to life.
Let's do this!
Number 1. Let's take a look at the gang.
We don't have 5 minutes! The curtain's going up any minute!
Sometimes voice actors don't get the luxury of working with their scene partners due to location issues, timing, or these days even COVID. But that doesn't seem to be the case for the Bad Guys. They got to work as a team.
This is gonna taste extra sweet because I know how bad you want it.
And by the looks of it, the actors were a significantly less toxic team than the Bad Guys they voiced.
I want you to
Smack it! Skin it! Stab it!
Saute.
sing to it.
Sacrifice it? Oh, shave it. Shaving the cat is definitely the answer.
Save it. I want you to set this off. It's so obvious. I want you to save it.
Right, yeah. In retrospect, that's obvious. Even from the initial table read, the acting was on point.
Everybody really brings in their personality to the characters and really shapes them.
Number 2. They call him the Big Bad Wolf, but he doesn't seem so scary to us. Lately, Sam Rockwell's been getting into more voice acting work. He's played both sides, too, taking on roles as heroes and complex characters.
Who's up for another job? A big one.
He played the titular character in The One and Only Ivan.
Why do they want an angry gorilla anyway?
And he also played Hickory, a yodeling troll in disguise in Trolls World Tour.
It was the only way to save our beautiful yodeling.
But let's get back to Mr. Wolf.
Did you try rebooting?
Sam has worked with a lot of the cast before.
I worked with Zazie and Marc a lot. A little bit with Awkwafina.
Hollywood is a pretty tight circle to break into, that's for sure.
Nice work. Now let's make it like a wolf and get the pack out of here.
Fun fact, this isn't Sam Rockwell's first voice job involving guinea pigs.
Well, that just got weird.
He played the guinea pig team leader named Darwin in G-Force back in 2009.
Suck in your gut!
This time around, he's playing the Predator, not the prey, superhero in a tiny package. In The Bad Guys, that role goes to number 3, the best human being on the planet. You got that right. Richard Ayoade is playing Professor Marmelade.
Oh, goody.
He got into voice acting within the last decade, but he's had some pretty great roles, and he's fantastic at voice acting too.
They say experience is the best teacher.
His first voice role was in Trolls. No, wait, it was a different troll movie, The Box Trolls. Huh, what are the odds? If you don't recognize him from the list of awesome live-action shows he's done, perhaps you'll recognize him as Jerry from Soul. Oh, we guess that isn't very helpful either. Everybody's named Jerry. Well, perhaps you know about the show Apple and Onion.
I don't know, and I don't think I want to know. Quick, let's hide.
He's pretty versatile.
Stop. For goodness sake.
Okay, fine, we'll go Bug. Number 4, Miss Tarantula.
Guys, calm down. I'm on it.
This time around, Awkwafina is taking on a tarantula.
It's crime time, baby.
She's done the voices of plenty of animals, including a couple birds, like Quail from The Storks and Scuttle from the up-and-coming live-action The Little Mermaid. She has also taken on the bird's natural prey, the villainous pig in the second Angry Birds movie. Terrifying.
Ow!
Most notably, she played the dragon Sisu in Raya and the Last Dragon.
Impressed, huh?
Awkwafina is more than happy to play the creepy crawler.
It's fun to play a character that knows what she's doing at all times.
A true rarity to know what's going on in life.
I want to channel someone who was really good at what they did and had total control over that.
Her favorite part of playing Miss Tarantula was the panic attacks, because the character gets all puffed up. So to record, she would put her arm over her mouth and talk in a muffled sound. But there's nothing muffled about this next character. Number 5, Mr. Shark.
I'm having a baby! Is there a doctor? Or perhaps several security guards who can leave their post and help me?
It was a collaborative process between the director and Craig to find the voices.
Do I get to improvise?
No. The only improvisation was in the way he spoke the lines, but the lines themselves did not change. You may recognize his voice as Cookie the Ogre from Shrek Forever After.
Wait, what's this?
That's my chimichanga stand.
Or perhaps as Kevin in Dolittle.
Revenge.
We are particularly looking forward to seeing what he's done with Mr. Shark.
Oh, stop. You're making me blush.
Alright, moving on to number 6, Mr. Snake. Marc Maron has been a voice actor on a bunch of different TV shows for an episode or two. Coming up is the movie DC League of Super Pets, for which he voiced supervillain Lex Luthor.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the Justice League.
Odds are Lex and Mr. Snake don't sound too different from each other.
I can do voices, but none of them are that different than me.
To get the performance right for Snake, they had to work on the bond between him and Wolf. So, Mark and Sam did a lot of one-on-one work to really nail that dynamic.
We don't have 5 minutes!
Next up, number 7, Mr. Piranha.
Let's do this!
This is the second time Sam Rockwell and Anthony Ramos have worked on a film together. As you may recall, Anthony played King Trollix in Trolls World Tour.
No way.
I forgot he was in Trolls. That's right. That's awesome.
Surprise!
It wasn't until very late in the process that Mr. Piranha was given the song Good Tonight, and we'll be adding it to our playlist.
They were like, yo, we think he should sing in this gallery scene.
Anthony had a lot of fun with this role, trying to decide on the right voice for the character.
You know, I did this kind of gravelly thing with his voice.
Keeping that voice up in the studio every day must have been painful. Well, he isn't the only one left speechless by his performance.
Ah, wordplay. I don't get it.
Ugh, never mind. Number 8, Diane Foxington.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for.
This isn't Zazie Beetz' first voice acting role.
Yeah, well, that ship's already sailed.
The first was a donut-shaped cat in Extinct.
We're pretty delicious.
We want to know whose idea this was.
They say that art reveals more about the viewer than the artist, Mr.
Zazie loved the freedom that voice acting allowed her. Not having to worry about micro movements on camera, her eyebrows were free to jump around.
I mean, it was a mess.
And she could,
just be big.
Are you still with us? We've got a couple more characters to cover.
As if those poor rodents haven't been through enough already!
Next up, number 9, Tiffany Fluffit.
Tiffany Fluffit, Channel 6 Action News. The bad guys have struck again.
Before playing Tiffany, Lilly Singh played a mini-corn in Ice Age Collision Course. Actually, she played 2 of them, Misty and Bubbles.
This guy? For real?
Whatever!
Lilly loves her character in The Bad Guys because she feels they share a lot of the same expressions.
So my facial expressions are very, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot.
You know who else is a lot? Number 10, Misty Luggins.
A crime's a crime and you are guilty!
Recognize Alex's voice?
Please tell me you didn't forget.
I like in general playing no-nonsense characters, especially women who know what they want and go after it with a fierce passion.
She finds that the police chief does that very well.
Case closed!
She's not always successful, which Alex also likes. She enjoys being a bit of a fool, so she was attracted to the layers in the character.
This was all an elaborate plot to catch the bad guys.
We left the most prolific voice actor until the end. Oops, sorry, Alex. So, it doesn't seem like any of the actors had to push too far out of their comfort zone to make this movie happen. Except for maybe Craig. But either way, it seems like The Bad Guys was a blast to record. If you could have played any of the characters in the movie, who would you choose? Let us know in the comments, and thanks for hanging out with us here at The Things.